we arrive in a seated position, just start to feel rooted in the sits bones. Just start to gently close the eyes and begin to just feel settled in your space. Our theme of this week is Samavesha, which essentially translates to reintegrating, reuniting with the whole. What I've been exploring in my classes this week is really anchoring my physical self. When I find that my mind wanders and spirals, it's taking me out of my truth. It's spiraling me out of what I know as my truth, what I feel in my heart as my truth. And some easy ways to do that is to just feel grounded, to physically feel grounded. So in today's class, we'll focus on our focal points, our anchor points, where our hands and our feet, our sits bones, where they meet the mat, to just draw us back in and reintegrate into ourselves. So let's go ahead and start to breathe together. Take a deep breath in and exhale, let it go. 2 more rounds of breath together. Inhale in deeply, all the way from your sits bones, all the way up to the crown. And exhale it slowly out. Start to feel grounded, feel integrated here. Last deep breath in. And exhale out. Beautiful, guys. Go ahead and blink open the eyes and just start to walk the hands forward. So I'm gonna make my way on my mat. But basically like child's pose on the arms, stay cross-legged in the lower body. And we're just letting the head and the neck go. Feel that stretch in the low back. Feel each fingertip into the ground beneath you. Take a deep breath in, puff up into the back. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. Go ahead and start to walk the hands back into center. We'll walk our right hand out from the right hip, so taking a side body stretch, and then go ahead and inhale, lift left arm up and overhead. So getting that side body stretch here. Focus on your anchor points. That right hand, feel both sits bones. Feel the weight distributed between those sits bones. Then start to draw your awareness to that side body. Feel that length you're creating all the way from the hip through the fingertips. Last breath in here. And then exhale, let's switch out sides. Left hand comes down. Start to walk the fingertips away from that left hip. And then reach the right arm up and overhead. Feel this juicy side body stretch here. Allow your body to just wake up. Deep breath in. And exhale out. Come back through center. We'll take our last seated position here. We'll find a seated spinal twist. So find length in your spine first. Root the sits bones down. Feel the crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Then exhale, we're twisting to the right. So the left hand meets the outside of the right knee. The right fingertips come behind the low back. Inhale, sit up tall, finding length in the spine. And then exhale, twist a little bit deeper. So feel that twist coming from the ribs. Feel your back fingertips tinted up, rooted into the ground beneath you. Inhale, come back through center, reach the arms up overhead, find length here. And then exhale, taking it to the other direction. So just switching out the sides, right hand meets left knee. Inhale, finds length in the spine. Exhale, twist the body a little bit deeper. Really good. Go ahead and come back through center. From here, we'll make our way into tabletop position. Go ahead and place the hands shoulder width distance, the hips stack over our knees. Gently draw the navel towards the spine. And then on an inhale, draw the shoulders back, drop the belly, set the gaze up towards the ceiling. Then exhale, push through the hands around the spine, cat pose. Go ahead and flow at your own pace. Inhale, drops the belly, shoulders draw back. And then exhale, rounds the spine. Take the next few cycles of breath on your own. Feel free to add in additional movements here. Maybe you pause in a certain pose. Awesome. Go ahead and come back through neutral spine once you finish the cycle you're on. Then from here, we'll go ahead and curl the toes under, lift the kneecaps off just a couple of inches. So finding that cover. Again, really focus on your anchor points here. Spread the fingers wide. Feel the heels of the hands rooted into the mat. From that action, feel the shoulders turn on. Your shoulder blades are integrating into the back. Feel the toes spreading on the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out. You got this. One more breath in. And then exhale, shift the hips up and back for your first downward facing dog. Take all the wiggles you need here. Maybe shifting hips side to side. Bending one knee, bending the other. Any movements that'll help kind of open your practice up a little bit here. The awesome thing about yoga is that we have so many opportunities throughout our practice to keep ourselves present. So as we find our mind starting to wander off, notice that, don't judge it, don't add any attachments to that, just draw yourself back in, draw yourself back to something that keeps you here. So maybe that's focusing on where your hands, where your body meets the mat, maybe it's focusing on your breath or focusing on a sensation. But just allow yourself to reintegrate. And I almost think of kind of noticing my mind wandering and drawing it back to myself, back to my presence, is almost like a repetition. Take a deep breath in. And exhale out. Inhale, set the gaze forward. Then exhale, feet to meet hands, top of the mat, forward fold. Let's go ahead and find our ragdoll pose. Grab opposite elbows. Allow the head to hang heavy here. Maybe you shake it out yes or no. Maybe you sway from side to side. Listen to your body this morning. And just notice what it needs. Notice what it's calling for. Notice what it's craving. And you always have the freedom to take any variation or any additional pose. What I offer is simply just suggestions. So really find that sense of intuition. What do I need this morning? And listen to that. Go ahead and drop the hands. We'll find halfway lift. Place the hands on the shins. Or maybe the thighs, reach the crown of the head forward, draw the belly in. We want to think about knitting the rib cage in. So keeping this active, then spiraling the inner thighs back. So this is a pose that I sometimes just get lazy in. See if you can keep this active, strong in the legs, strong in the belly. One more breath in. Then exhale, forward, fold back in. Awesome. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. And then exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Close the eyes just for a moment. Feel the feet, feel the ground beneath you. Feel supported, feel grounded, feel anchored. If you have an intention for your class this morning, go ahead and set that, connect to it. Awesome. Go ahead and blink open the eyes. Inhale, sweeps the arms up overhead. Let's start to flow. Exhale, forward fold down. Inhale, find length in the spine, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. Let's hold high plank. Stack your shoulders over your wrists. Draw the belly button up towards the navel up towards the spine. Keep your legs active here. So hug the quads towards the bones. Hamstrings lift. Deep breath in. Exhale out. Strong base here. Push the hands into the floor. Pop the shoulders up. Inhale in. Exhale, shift forward onto the tippy toes and then lower all the way to the belly. Let's go ahead and walk the hands wide here, untuck the toes. We're coming up onto our fingertips and taking this cobra variation. So on an inhale, start to lift the chest, plant down into the fingertips for this little cobra on our fingertips variation. Press the toenails into the mat, deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and slowly lower all the way down. Keep the fingers where they're at. One more round, inhale, lift. Nice, and then exhale, lower all the way down. Go ahead and walk the hands under the shoulders, curl the toes, lift the kneecaps, active legs here, draw the belly in, lift up, high plank, if you can. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Settle in here, reintegrate, reconnect. Notice your breath. Notice how it's flowing in and out of the body. Inhale, so the gaze forward, and then exhale, feet to hands, top the mat. Inhale, finds halfway lift, belly strong, spiraling inner thighs back. Exhale, forward fold. Ground down to the feet, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, draw the hands to heart center. Let's speed that up a little bit here. Inhale, arms sweep up. Exhale, dive down. Inhale, finds lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, high plank. You can lower all the way to the belly or draw the elbows in, lower chaturanga. So elbows in towards the rib cage halfway. Inhale, maybe coming to upward facing dog. Planting the tops of the feet down, lifting the kneecaps up. Drawing the shoulders back, and then exhale, back downward dog. Back to your breath. Inhale, gaze forward. Then exhale, hop or step, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold back in. Root to rise, feel your feet, ground all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart. One more round of our sun A. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, we lower. Feel the heat we're creating in the body here. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back, moving through your vinyasa. So moving from high to low plank. On the inhale, find your back bend. On the exhale, you land in your downward facing dog. Awesome, guys. Really good. Inhale, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Then bend the knee, stack the hip open. So right hip on top of left. Maybe you want to roll out the ankle here. Feel your hands. See if you can distribute the weight of your body evenly. One more breath. And then exhale, we lower the right leg. Inhale, lift the left leg high. Then we'll bend the knee, open the hip. Feel your hands. Feel what the shoulders are doing and see if you can square them to the top of your mat. Maybe roll out the ankle. Good, go ahead and lower that left foot down. And then from here, find your child pose. Drop the knees and the shins. Go ahead and walk the hands forward. Feel the body connected to the earth beneath you. Your forehead, your third eye, that source of your intuition. Connect to that here. And always remind you, child's pose or any resting pose is here for you, and you need it, take it whenever it falls to you. Take a deep breath in. And exhale, let go. When you're ready, go ahead and make your way back to downward facing dog. We'll start to build our flow, move into that section of class. We'll build our flow together. Then we'll have an opportunity to take that flow on our own. Go ahead and set the gaze forward, and then exhale, feet to hands, off the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Go ahead and root your eyes all the way up to standing, arms lifted. Go ahead and root the right foot into the mat and lift the left knee up into the chest. So we're standing knee to chest. We start our flow from here. Feel the four corners of your foot rooted, keeping you anchored and balanced. Feel the right leg super strong here. Lift up out of the hamstrings. Lift the side bodies up out of the hips. Awesome. Inhale in here to prepare. Then exhale, we're driving the left heel, hinging back to airplane pose, like our warrior 3 variation. So balancing on that right leg. Feel the left toes flex towards the ground. Shoulders on the back. Let's start to flow through that. If you lose your balance like I am, come right back in. Inhale, lift back up to standing, knee to chest, and then exhale, lower to your airplane pose. One more time, inhale, lift up, knee to chest. Takes a lot of concentration here, exhale, back, airplane pose. Inhale, drop the back heel, we're coming to high crescent warrior lunge, and go ahead and sink the hips. You need to widen your stance a little bit, so find those little adjustments. We want our hips square towards the front of the mat, and we're lifting up out of our hip joint. Obviously, the legs are super strong here, so think inner thighs hugging in towards the midline of the body. One more breath in here. Then exhale, we open to warrior 2, so the right arm comes forward, leading you, and the left arm reaches back. You're pivoting along the left toes. Again, sink and settle, find your foundation, any little micro adjustments you need to take. I tend to want to bring my chest forward with my gaze with my front arm. See if you can draw that back so your shoulders are directly over your hips. Yeah, nice job, guys, look great. Go ahead and flip the front palm. From here, we'll find reverse warrior 2. Sweep that right arm up and back. Feel the side body open. Feel the feet. Awesome. On the exhale, we lead us down to extended side angle. That right forearm drops. The left arm reaches up, and then bicep in line with the ear. I like to think long line of energy here, all the way from my left blade of the foot, up the leg, up the side body, through the fingertips. So long lean line of energy here. Really good. Go ahead and stand back up to warrior 2. We straighten the front leg, preparing for triangle pose. So tilt that left hip back, reach the right fingertips forward, and then the right hand comes down, finds the ground, or maybe finds a block. Left arm stacks up. Take a deep breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and come on up to standing. From here, we transition to pyramid pose. So go ahead and step the left foot in, and toes will point towards the top of the mat. So we're just stepping it in. It's about 3 feet width or so. Both toes dial towards the front of the mat. Inhale, arms sweep up overhead. Then exhale, go ahead and dive down to your pyramid pose. Block or blocks might be helpful. It just brings the ground a little bit closer to the body. Wherever you're at, See if you can keep your hips even here. So I like to kind of dial my right hip back a little bit and my left hip forward. Awesome. Inhale in here, feel the length of the hamstring. Awesome, and then exhale, go ahead and bend runner's lunge. So stepping the left foot back. So we're coming into our pose here, twisted dragon. Heel toe the right foot out to the edge of the mat. Our left hand is staying where it's at. We're pressing up out of the shoulder. Then go ahead and twist here, so right arm reaches up overhead. So twisting dragon is kind of like lizard lunge meets easy twist. Nice. Then from here, go ahead and lower that top hand down, step back, high plank. Then yogi's choice, do I want a vinyasa or do I want to just go back to downward facing dog? So taking your chaturanga dandasana is always an option. You can take it or leave it. Either way, downward facing dog. Inhale in here. Exhale it out. Inhale, gaze forward. Then exhale, feet to hands, step or down. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Root to rise, reach all the way up. And then this time, bring the right knee with you. Inhale in here, feel the ground. Then exhale, hands back, right heel back, airplane pose. Think about keeping the chest lifted, almost like upward facing dog. Awesome, let's flow through that here 2 times. Inhale, lift up, knee to chest. Use your core, exhale back, airplane pose. 1 more time, inhale, up. Exhale, airplane. Inhale, pause here, feel your glutes turn on. Bend the front knee, lower the back heel, high crescent warrior lunge. Inhale here, settle. Make any little adjustments. Feel the strength in your body. Inhale into prepare. Exhale, open warrior 2. Flip the front palm, reverse that warrior. And then exhale, left forearm comes down for your extended side angle. Scoop up that left side body. Feel the oblique hugging into the ribs. Go ahead and come on back up, warrior 2. Straighten your left leg, triangle pose. Reach those left fingertips, find length in your spine here. Good job, guys. Go ahead and come on back up to center. We'll step the right foot in, setting up for a pyramid pose. Top of the mat, toes forward. Inhale, arms scoop up. Exhale, pyramid pose. Find a couple breaths here. Feel the hamstring release. Good job. Go ahead and step the right foot back, runner's lunge. Heel toe the left foot out to the edge of the mat. Right hand is down under the shoulders. Left arm reaches up overhead. Twisting and dragon. Good job. Lower the top hand down, step back, high plank. High plank takes you back to downward facing dog, however you'd like to get there. Let's start to move through that flow a little bit quicker. Inhale in deeply to prepare. Come to the tops of the toes. Exhale, feet to hands, top of the mat. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower back in forward fold. Inhale, go ahead and lift back up to standing, left knee into the chest. Then exhale, go ahead and hinge forward to your airplane pose. Drive the left heel back. 2 more times, inhale, lift the knees to the chest, stand up tall. Exhale, we lower, airplane. Last time, inhale, lifts. Exhale, so strong and lower, airplane. Bend the front knee, drop back, high crescent warrior lunge. Then exhale to transition warrior 2. Yeah. Flip the front palm, find your reverse warrior. And then exhale leads you to extended side angle. Maybe you want to go a little bit deeper, drop the right fingertips to the ground or a block. Use your legs, use your core, bring you back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Nice job. Engage the belly, come back up to standing. Step the left foot in, setting up for a pyramid pose. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Take a full round of breath here. Awesome, go ahead and drive the left ball of the foot back, runner's lunge. Walk the right foot out to the edge of the mat, twisting dragon, left hand down, push up out of the wrist, out of the shoulder, right arm twist. Drive that right hip back. Lower the hand, step back, high plank, and lower. Moving through your flow, back to downward facing dog. Inhale in, exhale out. Inhale in to prepare, come to the tops of the feet, bend the knees. Exhale, step or jump off of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, pull back in. Ground down to the feet. Reach the arms all the way up, bring your right knee with you. Then exhale, airplane pose, your warrior three variation. Reach the fingertips back. Inhale, right knee into chest. Use your belly, use your core. Exhale, back, airplane. Last time, inhale, lifts. Exhale, reaches. Bend the front knee, reach the right ball of the foot back. High crescent warrior lunge. Then the exhale transitions you warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse warrior. Exhale, leave the top hand down, extended side angle. Pause here for a full cycle of breath. Use your feet, use your core, bring you back up, warrior two. Then straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Come on back up to center. Then we're setting up for pyramid pose. Step the right foot in. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fingertips lower. Full cycle of breath. And from here, find that twisting dragon, left heel to the edge of the mat, right hand down. Step the right ball of the foot back, and then twist. Really good. Lower the top hand down, step back, high plank, knee and down dog. Inhale in, set the gaze forward. Exhale, top of the mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold back in. Inhale, lift, bring the left knee with you, ground the right foot in. I'm gonna lead you through one more side. If you know the flow, feel free to take it at your own pace. Exhale, back, airplane. Inhale, lift the knee. Exhale, drag the left heel back, airplane. Inhale, lift. Feel the four corners of that right foot. Exhale, lower, airplane. Step back, high crescent warrior. Inhale here. Exhale, open to warrior two. Inhale, flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, dive down, extended side angle. Maybe you want to find a bind here. When you're done with that, go ahead and lift back up, warrior two. Straighten the front leg, triangle pose. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, find your pyramid pose, little transition here. Hips forward, arms up, and exhale, finds that release. When you're ready, find the twisting dragon, step the left foot back to your runner's lunge, walk the right foot wide, and we lift the right foot twisting it. Good job. Lower the right hand down. From here, find your vinyasa, find your flow. Or maybe you just jump to the top of the mat for down dog. From here, we'll take a couple of minutes. We'll finish on our left side, and we have time to do each side. So go ahead and flow on your own. Feel free to take things out, add things in, listen to your body, and just have fun. Or on the left side, so the right knee lifts. And you can take it from here. And as you're flowing, just allow your mind to be connected to each pose, to your breath, to your awareness. If you find yourself drifting off, just bring it back in. Once you've finished both sides, find your way to a resting pose. You still have plenty of time, no rush, no urgency. Awesome, guys. As you start to find yourself making your way to a resting pose, just observe your breath. Observe how your breath is now versus the beginning of class. Maybe your breathing feels a little bit clearer. Maybe it feels a little bit shallower. Maybe it feels a little warmer. Just notice those sensations. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let it go. Take one more deep breath in through the nose, filling up entirely. Then exhale it out. Really good. Once you're ready, we will find our way into a downward facing dog. Go ahead and curl the toes under, lift your hips up and back. From here, we'll inhale, lift the right leg high, three-legged dog. Then exhale, step the right foot to the outside edge of the right hand, so the edge of the mat. Drop down the left knee, so we're coming into our lizard lunge from here. We're going to take a few variations in our lizard today to open the hips. First variation is you're staying flat on the right foot. So we want the four corners of the right foot planted into the ground. Our right knee is tracking forward. From here, you can keep the hands onto the mat. You can lower down to a block. That's always available. Or your forearms may meet mat if the hip feels okay. Give yourself some space here to get settled in. And breathe. If your right knee is trying to track out, see if you can draw it a little bit back in, closer to the shoulders. Lizard lunge is definitely a juicy hip stretch, so breathe your way through it. Notice the sensations. Take 3 more cycles of breath. And after your third cycle of breath, we're rolling to the outside edge of that right foot. So this time driving the knee out to the right. And again, same variations with the hands. You may need to kind of shift that left knee back a little bit, maybe come up a little bit higher, maybe you drop down a little bit lower. Just feel free to have freedom in this pose, to change in variations, to shift yourself. But you should feel a slightly different sensation in the hips here. Really good. If you're on the forearms or a block, go ahead and come onto your palms. We're going to find a twist if that's accessible. If not, no worries, don't take it. But we're taking that kind of dragon and lizard lunge shape with a bind in the back leg. So our left hand's planted down, our right arm is lifted up. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you can bend the left heel in towards the glute, and the right hand reaches around and grabs for that foot. If you can't find the foot, that's totally fine. Even just driving the heel in towards the glute and reaching that arm back, you're still going to get the same sensations of the stretch. So it does not matter if you combine the hand and the foot at all. If you're like, I want more sensation, I want to take this deeper, your final option is to drop down onto that left forearm, but the fingers are tracking towards the right foot. And that is extra juicy in the left quad. Wherever you're at, go ahead and let that go. Come back onto the palms, so walk the right foot back in towards the center of the mat. Woo, that was deep, man. All right, and then go ahead and start to find your half splits from here. So bend the right knee deeply, shoot the hips back. And blocks are great here to support you outside the foot as well. So if you need them, take them. But similar to pyramid pose, we want to think about keeping the hips even, so driving that right hip back. I like to think about kind of like attaching my quad into the socket of that right hip. And then from there, slightly dialing it back and the left hip forward. So I'm keeping my right leg active even as the back of it is opening. Deep breath in here. Exhale it out. Inhale, bend the front knee deeply, runner's lunge. Then from here, we'll step back to our downward facing dog. Take your time as you reach down dog. Maybe you want to bend a knee, bend the other, pedaling the feet out. Maybe you want to shake those hips from side to side, shake the head out, yes or no. Draw yourself back in, reintegrate, feel the hands, feel the feet. Inhale, lift the left leg high, three-legged dog. And then exhale, start to drive the right or the left knee out to the outside edge with both hands. From here, dropping that right knee down to meet the mat. Both hands come to the inside. We're keeping the four corners of that left foot grounded into the mat. So flat foot here. And then from here, you can lower down to your level. So hands, perfectly fine. Forearms to a block or forearms meet the mat. Start to settle in here. And check what your knee is doing. My knee kind of tends to want to fall out to the left edge. See if you can drive it back in towards the shoulder. We'll get that outward release in just a minute. I find that when I hold poses, my mind tends to take me on a little ride. Maybe that's the case for you as well. And if so, what can you do in this moment to reintegrate your mind to your body? Maybe it's focusing on the pose and how it makes you feel. Maybe it's focusing on your anchor points like we did previously, or maybe it's just observing each in and out breath. One last deep breath in. Exhale out. From here, go ahead and roll to the outside edge of the left foot. So your left knee is tracking out this time. So it's tracking out towards the left at an angle. And again, options are hands meet mat, forearms meet block, or forearms meet the earth. Settle in and just simply be, simply surrender to the posture. Try to disconnect from your mind's stories if it's taking you anywhere else. Invite in a sense of love and honoring to your body in this moment right now. A deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, let it go. Come on back up to the palms. From here, we find our dragon twist. So the right hand comes down, the left arm starts to reach up, so twisting here, and then maybe start to bend the right knee. If it's tough, or bend at the leg. If it's tough on the knee, don't worry about it. And our left hand is reaching around back from the shoulder. Maybe it can grab onto the foot. Maybe it's just reaching in opposition. Wherever you're at, just feel that and honor that. It's definitely a really deep stretch. If you want to go a little bit deeper, if that's calling to you, you can lower down onto the forearms and find the bind from there. We won't be here super long, so just find your breath in. And then exhale, go ahead and release that out. Come back onto the palms, walk that left foot back in. Then from here, we find our half splits. So go ahead and start to straighten the left leg, hinge the hips back. Think about sucking that left quad into the socket of the left hip and stretching the hamstring open. Really good. Go ahead and bend through runner's lunge. Step the left foot back, high plank. And from here, we're going to lower all the way down to the belly. Awesome. Let's go ahead and find a couple of shoulder stretches here. So extend the left arm out. And then we're rolling onto the left hip and the left shoulder. So our left ear comes to the mat. The right leg kicks up and kickstands back. If you want more sensation in the left hand, you can start to adjust that angle by walking the fingertips up, so it's kind of more of a Y shape. Or you can cactus, bend at the elbow, cactus the arm. So feel free to try on any of those variations or just take the standard release. Honor the body, honor where it's at. Feel that in the inside of the shoulder, inside of the bicep there too, and into the chest. Cool, go ahead and switch out sides. This time the right arm extends out long, the left leg kickstands, spins, and plants. And then welcome any variation in that right arm. Maybe a more Y shape, maybe a cactus arm, bent elbow shape. Give yourself some space here to release. Come back through center. From here, we'll find the Sphinx pose. So staying on our belly, come onto the forearms, just prop your upper body on up. Stacking our shoulders over our elbows, spreading the fingers wide and pulling the chest through the gates of the arms. Press those toenails into the mat. Keep your legs active, inner thighs spiraling up towards the ceiling. Maybe you want to take this a little bit deeper here for a little bit deeper of a back bend. Just simply straighten the arms. You're still pulling the chest forward, keeping the legs extra active here. So it should just get you a little bit deeper in that like mid to lower part of your spine. Good, go ahead and lower down. I'm gonna spin around and face you all. We're gonna take one last shoulder stretch here. We're gonna take sailor's knot. So sailor's knot, your legs are long, and you're propping up from Sphinx pose, and you're bringing your forearms in, stacking like fire logs one in front of the other. Your palms can be facing up or down. Either option is fine. It just kind of depends on what shoulder mobility you have and what feels better. So you might feel a better stretch palms down or palms up. So you can play around with both. Once we're there, it doesn't matter which form is in front, we'll keep both sides. Just start to walk the hands out. Walk the elbows away from each other, and you're creating this little knot, this little kind of nook for your chest to lower. And you should feel the stretch this time on the outside of the shoulder, not the inside like we just did. Settle in here. This can be pretty intense for us who have tight shoulders or who sit at a desk. Or maybe you sleep weird. I sleep with like my arms under my pillow sometimes, and then my shoulders are all wonky. So This is a really good release for any tension you may be carrying in the outside edges of the shoulders. 2 more cycles of breath. Once you've finished, go ahead and walk the forearms back in, prop back up onto the forearms, and then we're just gonna switch the order. So whatever forearm comes in front, and then once they're ready to start to walk those hands away from each other, elbows away from each other, and settle in. Again, palms can be down, palms can be up. Your choice. Breathe here. Two cycles of breath. And from there, go ahead and start to walk yourself on up, and we'll make our way onto our backs. Once you've found yourself on your back, go ahead and just hug the knees into the chest. Give yourself a little squeeze here. Maybe rocking from side to side. Knees to chest takes you into happy baby. Grab the outside edges of the feet. Drive the knees down. Feel your sacrum rooted into the mat beneath you, grounding you, stabilizing you. Maybe you want to find movement here. Start to invite a sense of relaxation into the body. Slow your breath down. Slow your body down and see if you can bring your mind with you. From here, hug the right knee into the chest. Extend the left leg long, driving the heel into the mat. Closing out class, go ahead and find your final supine twist here. Right knee crosses over, body to the left side. Right arm can be at an angle or straight out. Maybe the gaze goes over the right shoulder. Feel the heaviness of that right knee. Don't force anything. Allow it to sink and settle. Inhale, come back in through center. And then exhale, switch out sides. Right legs long, left knees in. Inhale, hug knee into chest. Exhale, supine twist, cross it over. Maybe gaze goes over that left shoulder. Then from here, bring the knee back to center and set up for your final resting pose, your Shavasana. Extend the arms out long, palms facing up, legs long. Just simply be here, allow the ground to support you. Let go of control of the breath. Let go of control of the mind. And allow yourself to simply be. Gently remind yourself that there is nowhere else you need to be, nothing else you need to be doing. Simply be here. Begin to invite your awareness back. Start to deepen your breath. Start to invite movements back into your body. Maybe that's wiggling fingers, toes. Maybe that's rolling out wrists or ankles, perhaps a full body stretch. Eventually, you'll find your way onto either the left or the right side, cradling the head into the arms, pausing for a moment here. And then eventually, from that position, you'll make your way up to seated. Once you arrive in seated, go ahead and close the eyes. Draw your hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Find gratitude for yourself this morning, gratitude for moving your body, gratitude for showing up for yourself, gratitude for the opportunity to reintegrate the mind and body. Take a deep breath in together. Exhale it out. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste.